Today's January 10th, 2018. We've had a little warm up. We came out of 2 weeks of sub-freezing temperatures. Today it's about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Forecast to be the same tomorrow on Thursday, and then Friday we're going to be about in the 40s, and then go back sub-freezing starting Saturday and into and through next week. But these hives, you always sit there and wonder, are my hives alive? And there's a couple things, a couple ways to tell. Now on these particular hives, all I have, these were all completely full, heavy, ready to go in the fall. I made sure I fed them with feeders. I had treated for mites back in September, and then I also treated for nosema with some of that final sugar water that they brought down. It was a 2-to-1 mix. That cat's so curious about these bees. But as I come out here, we've got this little warm-up, and these bees are out. They're trying to forage, and they're trying to, I'm sure they're doing cleansing flights. But when it's really cold, we definitely don't want to come out here and disturb them in any way. There are definitely bees activity there. That cat there, she's about 7 months old, Ewa. She's seen bees before, but for some reason today she's particularly curious. I guess there aren't grasshoppers to chase this time of year. But it's just a basic, these are Langstroth hives, bought from, most of them were either from Man Lake or Kelly Bees, and it's 2 deep brood boxes. Most of their brood was in the bottom boxes. The top boxes they had used, and I fed them. I did feed them, and they also brought in some natural stuff, filled them full. So they were, when I lifted a corner of these boxes, I didn't actually put a scale on it, but I could tell that they were, and also a visual inspection, they were all full of capped honey. The top boxes, a few of them had a little bit of brood up into the top, but primarily it was, either way, they were packed full, treated, so they went into the winter very healthy. It's a standard bottom board. I got that entrance reducers on them. There's the top. I prefer these full covers. I don't know, the migratory covers, they don't cover, I like this, it provides a little drip edge all the way around. That's why I use them. But anyway, there is an inner cover, and the inner cover has a notch in it. So that if we would get that rare, once every several years, snow that would build up, or perhaps a drift, we get snow drifts sometimes that get up to a couple feet deep, and it would block that entrance. That they do have an extra entrance, which I can't see without taking it apart, and I'm not going to open it up today, but notched top inner covers, and that's it. I have no moisture boards. I have no boxes full of chips. I talked to my mentor and read the books and got several opinions on it, and I just decided to wing it. Now, as we go through, there again, we're here at January 10th. We came out of 2 weeks of sub-freezing. All 12 hives are full of activity today. We got, there again, 60 degrees Fahrenheit today. They're going to have to recluster here in a few days. But each hive, even this here was a swarm I caught. It was actually, I believe it was in October. Believe it or not, a swarm in October that I don't think it was one of mine, because they were all black bees when I caught the swarm, and they were clustered over and underneath one of these stacks of these boxes. And I went ahead and I got them into that hive because I had that one empty hive, and even that small swarm, it covered about 3 frames of bees. I gave them some full capped honey from a couple of the other hives. But there again, just as simple as that. No insulation, no wraps, nothing. Healthy bees with plenty of food stores is the most critical thing you can do to help your bees survive through the winter. Now I do have, I'll show you a couple more here, see what kind of activity we got. There again, each hive nice and busy. They're all doing their thing. And I'll take a quick look at these. once again. Now some people want to come out in the winter and they want to knock on their hives when it's cold and frozen, below freezing. Knock on the hive, listen for buzzing. Don't. Just wait. Be patient, please. When you do that, it causes the disruption of the cluster, affects the ability. Some of them bees come out of that cluster. Maybe they're going to be defensive and try and come and protect the entrance, and then bees are going to end up freezing and dying. So on the sub-freezing day, we had evidence. They've still got a few dead bees on the entrance, which is completely normal. Remember, estimates I've read show that each hive can lose on a cold day potentially 50 or 100 bees. So to come out here and see a few of them today, but to see all the live activity, all the bees active, every single hive has activity. So each and every hive is alive. And then there again, when they want to come out, they want to look for something to forage. So over here, I have this here. The one side has some winter patties, not pollen patties. We don't want to give them pollen patties until the 1st of March. It'll encourage them to start laying brood right now, and we just want to hold it back a little longer. And the other side is just some sugar that had a little bit of moisture and water, rainwater that got in on there. But they definitely want to come out here and forage. So there they've got something to keep them busy and occupied. Some of them are coming out doing their cleansing flights. But there again, that's the key to surviving winter. Healthy bees. You don't need all that other fancy stuff. Perhaps if you live way up in northern Michigan or up in Canada, might be a different story. But here in the Midwest USA, healthy bees, plenty of food stores, that's your key. Let me know how you make out. Thanks for watching, everybody.